how's she going today? Pretty good here. So you guys know that springtime, of course, here, and we're getting into, and we've done some tilling and stuff, and I haven't used this guy yet. Got the recoil off him right now from the other day there still, but he I think I let this engine sit outside for too long, and yes, I do have an old go-kart too, but that engine's pretty well junk now. Actually, so speaking about that, the chain and the drive and the clutch and stuff was junk on it, and it was skipping and jumping, so it needs a bunch of work there, but hard to find parts now for them things. So anyways, tiller wise, this is an old girl, this one. Part I really like about it though, you can see that, made in Canada A, which is good. It's good. The old MTD, I think this is like Kitchener, Cambridge or something, that they made these a long time ago. Good machine still, but it's getting pretty tired. Look at the wear in the tines. I don't know if you can see that or not. They're getting pretty bad. I've still been using her though. I want to tear it apart and see what it needs. I don't even know if you can get stuff for it anymore now, but anyway, so you guys know I got this old girl, and then that new little earthquake one in there, little mini guy. Well, this one I do want to do some work on and get it going, and probably still use it here and there, but I'll tell you what, a little story. When I worked at the rental shop in town here for about 7 years or so, I basically started there as working, cleaning things up and banging out cement mixers that someone brought back. It was covered in cement. That was a pretty lengthy job, we'll say. Then I progressed, worked into the shop a bit more, did some, repairs on a few things, and then I worked from there, went to the front desk basically and did some driving and delivering and stuff. And then it's basically how employees changed. Some people left, blah, blah, blah. And then I had to do more of the front desk kind of thing. I didn't kind of really like that one as much. I like the driving. You could get out and deliver stuff, right? But anyways, we used to rent rototillers, of course. Many, not quite like this one. Same kind of design. I don't think they had the guard on it, though. They were a Mary tiller, I believe it was, and they had, of course, the little Hondas on it. And 5.5 horse Hondas, and they were awesome. We also had big rear tine tillers. We had Honda rear tines and these big Kubota rear tines. And I'll tell you what, I used those Kubotas a little bit. I'd bring one home, whatever, and just do a little bit with it, and they were amazing. So I've been looking for quite a while now. A couple of years. I've seen a couple come, and I'm like, what did you do to that poor thing? And boy, last night I just happened to bang on to the Facebook Marketplace like at the right time, and I seen one, a guy just listed it like 5 minutes ago. I'm like, I'll come get that tomorrow. Looked at it, I could just tell by the pictures. There's little things that I know from servicing and working on them when I was doing that part of that job, that what to look for, right? So I looked at this one, I'm like, whoa, wow, I am coming to pick up this one. So we just got home. It was a long drive. It was like an hour and 45 minutes, I think, one way. And I mean, this thing isn't brand new, but it's really not in too bad a shape. I'll probably do a bit of work to it and clean it up. The guy himself, so this come out of an estate sale apparently, and the guy's like, I can't sell it the way it is to the people. We need to do a couple things to it. So apparently it was smoking. What had happened was the older fellow that owned it from, I guess, that estate sale ran it, and either didn't have filter on. The guy said he took the air filter off, and it was pretty dirty and pretty gross in there, so he switched that. It was smoking, so he tore it apart, got original rings for it from Kubota. It's a Kubota, I'll show you here. Kubota tiller, good little machine, solid as a rock, self-propelled, and the tines go forward and reverse on it too. But anyway, so he's rebuilt the engine, so I'm like, oh, that's good. He said it also needed a carburetor too, so I did that, put a new carburetor on it. He's like, I got like $700 into this thing now, so I didn't pay a whole lot more than that for it. I got it pretty darn good, so this thing's pretty good looking. But what I normally would look for, and I can't really flip it up now, but is how much wears on these tines, and they're actually pretty darn good. There's not much wore off of them yet. So, but these are like a really good tiller, made in Japan. Yay, Japan. And yeah, so he's done a new carburetor on it. I don't know if we can see that. It looks fairly fresh in there. Right here, that little bowl thingy. he's done that, and let's see if he was true to his word. It seemed like a nice guy he was that I bought it from. He was selling it for these people kind of thing. And he's soon to be retiring. Oh yeah, it looks really fresh in there. Soon to be retiring. Lawn and, well, there's supposed to be another guy holding that on there, but yeah, that's a fresh one. Nice. They have this weird little thing on it, and I don't know what that swirls the wind around, but there's supposed to be another threaded thing in here, so I'm gonna have to maybe get another nut or something put on there, and then at least he's got that one. But I'm gonna do that because I don't know, maybe eventually kind of, that's probably what happened. It might flop around in there a little bit, and if it comes loose, well then it's just letting all the dirty air through, right? Because it's not making a good contact down there. So I am going to go see if, well, there's actually supposed to be a washer on there too. Remember, servicing these, because these things were kind of tricky to get on and off. So there's supposed to be a little bit of a washer on there too, like a rubberized washer, grommet-y kind of thing. I don't know if he's probably done the oil, I guess, if he's had the engine apart. Oh, my thing's dinging. Let's see if he's overfilled it here. He had the side cover off, tore it all apart, and put rings in it, I guess, too, so. Well, there's a little bit of oil in it, not very much. I don't really like that, so I'm going to probably get some oil to put in it. We'll get her down and get her off of here, or just back her up maybe, and I'll check the oil. But it says the engine must be level to check it. So, probably didn't put a whole lot of oil in it, which isn't so good. Now these things, they had electric start. That's where the motor would have been there. This one doesn't, and that's fine with me because every year we had the little motorcycle batteries on these things, and every year you put a new battery in it, so I really don't mind that it doesn't have electric start. That's fine by me. So I got to get her untied. I've got probably way too many straps on her here, but these things, I remember delivering these, and they were, oh, they were terrible things to move around on you while you were driving. It was just a nightmare. But this one, the straps loosened up once, I guess, and I tightened them up a little bit. Oh my goodness. So, but yeah, there's really nothing on these things to tie to, but I did find a spot over here, and I think the tires are on backwards. Someone's got the tires on wrong, so I'll have to switch them around, I guess. They kind of look like they're backwards to me. I don't know why. So this is a fairly deluxe unit. Like I say, we rented these at the rental, and they were, I mean, tell you, bulletproof. I think at one time we had one that the guard kind of broke the welds off here. There's not a whole lot of good welds on there, so I had to fix that at one time. Remember that? Fix that up and get it going. So, but yeah, these would have been a fairly schwanky machine back then, but 2 speeds forward. First is really slow for your, you know, your tilling kind of speed, and then second is like a transport speed. Holy jumping in second, you can hardly keep up to. You got to be stepping right along. So this is really hard to get these off with one hand. Let me tell you, I think I might have mucked that one up already. Okay, let me get this guy off. Okay, she's loose. I think I had it sitting back pretty far there. I had it sitting on its tine, so it was actually sitting back a lot. It might be even more back still there, but I just want to check this oil before we get going too crazy here. Oh yeah, there's some in there. I think it should be all right. Maybe just add a hair a little bit more, but they want you kind of, oh, he's got her pretty close there, honestly. But I gotta go get a nut for this guy, and I don't know what thread that is, but they were a wing nut at one time on there. But I could probably take no, it's a lot of work. It's all bolted underneath here to get that off, but I'll go get a nut for that. I just feel better that it didn't be moving around in there. Well, unfortunately, I don't have, I guess that's a metric thread on there. I don't have one, so I don't like that too much, because these wings will stir up a lot of dust, and I don't like that too much. So I'll have to see if I can get a, I think that would hold it, but I bet you that's gonna move. I don't know if that'll stay right tight to that or not. It might. I'll have to see if I can get a metric set of these wing nuts, I guess. Because I don't have any of them, wing nuts especially, and I don't have much metric stuff. Should be alright. Now, this is confusing because I'm not 100% sure where it's getting its air from. Oh, on the side here, I guess. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so that's good. Under here, I believe, was the spark plug access. I believe. Yes, he put a new plug in too. Sweet. Sweet. She needs a good bath, but, you know, like I said, it's not brand new. But, I mean, even the cover is awesome. Get into the spark plug, like, holy jumping. Awesome. Alright. I did turn the gas off when we came home, so I'll turn that on. Hopefully that's all good. Of course, the belt's in here, and there's extra bolts you got to take off to get that open, so I'm not going to open that right now, but see if she'll fire up here. Actually, I should see if there's much gas in it right now. They did have a little gauge on it, but they all kind of went funny looking. Oh, he's got her a fair bit in there. It's almost over half a tank. That's nice. Oh yeah, look at that. Wow, good for him. Kind of smells a little oldish, but anyways. There's a gear thing here. He said he adjusted this for the tine speed. I don't know really much about this part. There's, I guess, an adjustment here maybe. Tine speed, yeah, so that's running. Let's see this now. That's running the belts, which runs into here, which runs, yeah, the tines, and then it must run another thing down to the wheels. There's a greasing gear oil spot there, and then one here. It smells like farm. I never did much with them, oil-wise, but there should be, oh, here it is. To change the tine speed, simply remove the bolt as shown. Can't quite see. Remove the bolt as shown. Bolt, so there. And reverse the tine drive case end for end to retighten bolt. Really? That's... Really? That seems kind of weird. Anyways, and then this handle here, he's like, I don't know what this does. I'm like, oh, I'll show you. Pull that up, and then you can adjust your handle to the side if you want, so you don't have to walk where you were tilling there. It goes the other way too. It's not sliding too good. It needs some grease in there, it's cleaned out or something, but that's what that's for. Now it locks in. Little detent, and then under here's the business end. You don't want to get your feet into it. That's why they got a nice guard on it. But a lot of these guards are all folded right up. This one's still nice and straight, pretty good actually. So it's got some weeds in around there, but you know what? It's not really in too bad a shape. These little feet wore out real quick too, because you'd put that down and drive it around, right, on the road and stuff, and we were constantly replacing those. This one. Wow, don't think there's a lot of hours on this one. So, and there's your tines forward and reverse, so you could have the machine going forward and the tines going forward, or put it, oh, you have to probably have it running, have the tines going reverse, so the machine goes forward. It really chops it up and busts it up a lot better if you're doing sod and stuff. So, well, let's see if she'll fire up here on. Like a Honda, I'll tell you that. Man, it's got these cool little handles here too. If you wanted to turn, just unlocks. Like you see how those are locked? Those will unlock that now, and you can spin it right around either way. So yeah, those wheels are definitely on wrong. Interesting. Yeah, I haven't heard that noise for a while. Wow. Well, let's just get her a little bit past idle here. Leave her in neutral so I don't get run over, but I want to see these tines go. Reverse. Sure enough. Sure enough. Forwards. Got them whipping around pretty quick there. That's just idling too, wow. Woo, that's a bit fast. Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure that out. I don't understand. You just unloosen that and turn the cover? That must adjust something there. I don't know what the other two acorn nuts are for. So I'm gonna have to look that in. So yeah, let's get her off the trailer here, I guess, and good little runner. These things always did run pretty good, just like the Hondas. All right, let's make sure we take the gears that out. We've got a reverse. Fairly slow, very, very slow. I'm only idling too, though, right? Pretty good machines, though. Got a little bit of lash in the transmission there. The wheels, I think I kind of remember they all seem to have that, though. Well, that's your tilling speed there. Pretty slow. Well, then second, barely keep up to it. Let's try her out here, maybe. Pretty much one-handed too. That's pretty nice, I must say. Wow. Take that off. Wow, there's kind of a turn there, but look at this. This is like beautiful, nice. Just leaves it all nice and fluffy and chopped up real good. Really good for breaking sod, these things. So, wow. Well, let's get tripod. Maybe we'll take her in the garden and see what it'll do over there for us. Okay, the fella said he put rings in it. I kind of now beg to differ. It didn't start off smoking, but it is now. Well, that's not good. Yeah, it's smoking a bit now, isn't it? Not so much, but it was a little bit there. Maybe this needs, it's got a bit of a hammer noise too, which isn't maybe so good. Still a pretty good machine though, I think. Does a nice job anyway. Don't really want to hit that. Looks like someone's skate. Yeah, it's not smoking now that I brought you guys up here. That's crazy. Breaking it up nice, so. See if we get her to smoke. I see a bit coming out there. I don't really think he put rings in it, but hard to say. Smoke coming out, but it's not bad. Really, definitely a one-handed tiller, but it's nice to have the two ready. Now we'll be back to the rocks here soon. For some reason, I don't know why. That's not really smoking now, but it sure was. Not doing too bad though, really. I can smell the oil though, right? Isn't so good. Put you back on the tripod, so I got two handles going on here, I think. Not too bad, I guess. Alright, it's actually running pretty good. I just noticed something that I don't remember this from the old machines we used to have. Get you off the tripod here. It's got me a little worried, except I don't think it's a problem because there'd be oil all over the place, but as you can see, there's a... where we checked the oil there. Well, in here, I see another spot for an oil filler guy there. There's nothing in it. Now, it's full of dirt. Now, I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be a plug in there, but I can't remember. So I'm going to try to get in here without burning myself. I don't remember now. This might be just plugged in. You think you'd have something else there, right? I think it's okay. But I don't feel any threads in this side. It's probably fine, but I'm like, oh gosh, what the heck's going on there? But I think if there was a problem there, it probably would have, you know, peed out a bunch of oil or something there. But I'm gonna keep poking at it for a minute. So it looks like just a blank. That's really hot, really hot. I don't know if it's gonna focus on that. I think it's just a blank there. Darn it, come on, focus. Oh, that's really hot. There's no threads in it. Oh, I can't keep my hand in there longer. There's no threads in it anyway, so I think we're all right. But I'm pretty sure it would have puked out a bunch of oil out of there if it had a plug missing. It feels like it's kind of solid down in there, and it kind of looks like it ramps down. But yeah, I think we're all right. Whew. Had me a little worried though, but let's just check the oil here just for fun, for funsies, and see if it's a funny color or not. Oh no, we're still good. Okay. Whew. Had me a bit worried. When I seen it, I'm like, oh crap. Because we always use this side, right? And the drain. Wait a minute now. That must be the drain. Oh, right there. Yeah, that bolt sticking in here would be your drain, I believe. It's been a while since I worked on one of these, so I don't know. I don't remember. But I'm trying to see. It looks like someone's been into there. Just wondering if he was truthful or not that he actually did it, but had a couple of rocks in there. She stalled her right out. Holy jumping. But there's lots more rocks here. I'm gonna have to come up with something. I'm really thinking, leaning towards like backhoe bucket build, where I could get it nice and fluff like this and get in there and scoop it, and then shake all this crap out, and then all the dirt would fall out and the rocks would stay in the bucket. That would get rid of them. But pretty sure I got enough steel left there to make one, but I have to make it pretty darn strong, because I think the bottom of the bucket I would do like that expanded mesh stuff, something like that, so the dirt would fall through. But this is pretty good right now. It's nice and fluffy. It would go through that really nice. But anyways, I'm gonna do some more here and try to get her finished without blowing her up. So far it seems to be running pretty good. Seems to run good. It did smoke at the start there though, but that might have been, you know, maybe it's broken in a little better now. He said he only ran it for like 10 minutes, so I just, you know, fired up and just gave her, right? So, but anyways, we'll go into the fast time here again and get this finished. I'm not going to do the hills, of course, or I'll just do, you know, right up and then clean this all up and it'll look good, hopefully. pretty good. It doesn't like rocks either. I don't like rocks myself. So anyways, worked good. I don't think I broke anything, but it's just starting to rain. So let's go take her back to the shed. All right, I believe the rain's let up for a minute. I wanted to see if I can adjust this tine speed. That was pretty darn wicked crazy hanging onto that thing. So let's fire it up and see how fast they're spinning anyways now. Is take this off, take this off and flip it. I think that's all it says. Change the tine speed, simply remove the bolt as shown, and remove and reverse the tine drive case end for end and retighten the bolt. So take it off, spin it, put it back on. I guess that changes the gear ratio somehow. It's kind of neat. Well, I'm pretty sure when we were renting these things that we probably didn't have the tines going wicked fast because people be killing themselves too easily. Now I see there's a bit of gooey, greasy stuff there. I wonder if this cover is needing a gasket or something. Oh, I see. It's not even really good on there. That doesn't really tighten down too well. Oh, that'd be why it's leaking. So we'll undo it. I don't know what we're going to find under here, but might be something. Oh, it doesn't come out, I guess. Oh, look at the gear thingies. Oh, that's kind of neat. I don't know if that's full of grease in there or it smells like gear a little bit. Yeah, you can see it's been leaking out of this cover there a little bit. Well, maybe if it's on this way, it won't leak as much. It might leak more. So I guess I got to get these things lined up with these splines again. If there's any play. No? Seems pretty good. These things are pretty bulletproof, I think. Okay, I got that one. Maybe if I move the tines a bit. Oop, now I got that one. That one falls off. There we go. All right. Yeah, because that, I don't think I really need it going that fast. I'm old. I don't want to be killing something, you know, myself, for instance. I wonder if the little bolt here is stripped. It just doesn't seem to stay tight. But, okay, let's fire it up here again. I'll turn the switch on. Fire it up. Slower now. She'll barely turn now. Oh, that's better. Yeah. That's only idling, mind you, but yeah, it's quite a bit slower. I noticed the cable either needs a bit of lube for this thing. This thing needs a bit of lube. It doesn't seem to be wanting to come right off. I don't know what's going on there. Really releasing. Probably needs to get sprayed. That's something I can work on. Get some spray in it. It's cleaned out, but choke works. That's good. But this was having a bit of problem on the one direction, trying to get it back out again. So yeah, but that's all right. How much gas did we use up? I think almost all of it. Wow. That's good. Still some in there, I guess, but that'll be another thing I'll have to winterize when we're done with it, which will probably be now. Get all the gas out of it and let it run out. But I think I'm just going to put her away for now. Well, there she goes. She's in. I had to do a little bit of maneuver in here with the front wheels on this so I get the zero turning a bit, otherwise it was like 2 inches out and it wouldn't fit. So slid it over, got it up, put this in, fits in pretty good. Should be good. All right, good little machine, solid machine. Bloody rocks though, bloody rocks. I wish the rocks would just go somewhere else, jump out of the dirt and go somewhere else. But this kind of looks like it needs a bungee zip ties or something on it. But other than that, good machine. Solid machine. I don't know if you get one, you know, at the TSC, whatever, nowadays it would run that good. So decent. And the other thing I looked at too was the handle. A lot of stuff, the paint wears off, right? They've had a lot of use. So that's one other thing I looked at. This one's like brand new still. Unless someone replaced the handle, I kind of doubt it, because the rest of it's not in really too bad shape either, right? So anyways, that's it for today. A little bit of new machinery to me anyways. Got to switch those wheels around. They're not right. They're actually going backwards. And it didn't seem to make a difference, but you know, should switch them, I guess. But anyways, there we go. Thanks again for watching. We'll catch you all later. Looks like the rain's coming. I got in just in time. And you guys have a good day.